Most dopest videos up on the tube with that. Most dopest videos. Most dopest videos. Oh yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, he said that was his new office.
That's
yeah.
his view? That's awesome.
Yeah, then I think they're North Dakota, man.
Oh, okay.
North Dakota way.
It's like, the fuck, where's that? This is my office view.
Dang man, that one crazy bridge you showed me. Ooh, let me see that again. That's what I'm talking about. That looks cool. Man.
What you trying to talk about, man?
So man, what you think of that Venom, man?
Venom video. It was good, man. It was good.
It was good?
Yeah. And it was bad. It's good and bad. It was like, it was like.
How's it good and bad?
Because there was good parts to it, and like I was happy I got to see a Venom video, but at the same time I had to like turn off my brain and disbelief for me to like really, you know, enjoy the video or enjoy the movie.
What do you mean turn off your brain and disbelief?
It was there was parts of it that they would contradict themselves, you know.
In what way?
There-
Explain yourself, man.
No, yeah. I gotta think because it was last week that we saw this video. Dang, right, my face too. Ah, shit. No, I was kidding. So like the whole hungry thing, like he was getting hungry and then, you know, he needed food and he's like, I need live meat, like he started eating those lobsters.
Right, yeah.
But then at the end of the movie, he's like, just taters and what was the other thing he was eating? He's just, I want.
Yeah, he was eating like
tater tots.
Stuff,
Yeah.
Stuff. Well, tater tots are.
It's not live, dude. It's not live.
Yeah, definitely not live. And they're deep fried. Remember how when he had the steak and he took the bite of the steak and he was like, ugh, "This is dead." He spit it. This is dead.
Yeah.
I feel like they're making a shout out for the vegans.
Shout out
to the vegans. Shout out to the vegan community because they know that's a big reason why they don't eat the meat. You know, because you got to kill the animal. It's like, this is dead. You know,
but
you got to kill the animal.
Okay, so like I was saying, the contradictory part.
He goes to eat potato tots.
What's it called? Decapitates the guy.
Decapitates him.
Yeah, he decapitated like 2 dudes, ate their heads.
Yeah, he was just doing some crazy stuff, man.
I wouldn't consider that really vegan, bro.
No, I didn't say he was saying that. I think you missed the point of what I was trying to say about the vegan thing. I basically said the vegan thing because how can I say this? How can I say this? Because they were eating the food in the restaurant, you know, and they were serving steak, so he was eating the food that was in the restaurant. As soon as he got to the steak, he didn't want it, and he was saying it because it's dead. I didn't really mean shout out to vegans as if they're supposed to be eating meat. I'm just saying that one of the reasons why they don't eat it is because you have to kill the animal because it's dead. It's not fresh. You know, it's killed and it sits for days and stuff. As far as like one of the health reasons, but their big reason, or better yet, instead of using the term vegan, probably just use vegetarian or someone who chooses not to eat meat. There's multiple reasons for not eating meat, but we're getting beside the point.
I 100% agree with you, but I'm saying that Venom is not vegan.
I don't think he's vegan either. I think they pointed that part out with the steak as like a shout out to the.
That's a very random shout out to vegans.
Because it was the people who were eating that. Venom isn't a person. Venom's venom. So Venom can eat people. He
wanted just live meat, though.
He wanted live meat because Venom's venom. Venom ain't no human,
so he's still gonna kill.
He's gonna kill people.
Animal.
But I'm saying when it came to eating the people food, when it came to eating that steak, he didn't want to eat it. Because it was cooked, because it was dead and cooked. Maybe you don't get it.
No,
but it was a shout out to the vegans. It was a shout out to the vegans. I think it's kind of like he was saying like, yeah, you ain't supposed to be eating this, that kind of thing, you know? Like he was like if he took a bite, he spit it out. He was like, why are y'all eating this kind of thing? Like, why are you eating this? It's dead.
Only eat live raw meat.
If you're gonna eat, there's science that says if you're gonna eat meat if anything, the way to get the most nutrients is when it's raw. Now, of course, you have to check the source. You don't want to. That's like a fruit or vegetable. You don't want to get a strawberry from an infested, moldy, parasite-ridden patch. You know, you don't want to get something from a bad source. Always check your source. Fruit, vegetables, meat, nuts, everything. If you got it from a bad source, no matter what it is, you can get sick, you know? So even with the meat, if you eat it from a good source and you eat it raw, there's science out there saying that raw is better. Mm-hmm. So, you know, sushi. Hey, sushi guys.
No, I agree with you. That makes sense. But also, there's other contradictions in the movie, right?
Yeah.
There was, yeah, I'm gonna stand up. Other contradictions they had in the movie were, just like how they made it all convoluted, how he met that one homeless girl who ended up, you know how they started taking all these random people in, all these homeless people to like put the symbiote in them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like,
and they made it all convoluted, like, oh, he knows that lady from the street. And do you remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
Where, and then all of a sudden, hey, I know you. And he's like tapping on the glass, and then she freaks out and breaks out of the glass. And attacks him.
Right.
Like, it's too, like, that's not realistic.
Well, I guess it could be that way with any movie. If you take it completely apart, I guess any movie could be dissected and taken apart, and then if you want to look at it from a certain way, you know, then it's gonna, like I said, sometimes you just gotta learn how to enjoy the movie. Just
no, that's what I'm saying. I had
it.
to suspend my disbelief.
Yeah.
And stop thinking.
I know I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying it again.
Yeah, right.
Basically.
So yeah, we on the same page.
Yeah. We're on the same
I don't know.
page.
There was other things too where like the guy. I don't know. I can't think of anything else right now. But did you have any opinions, man? Any other opinions on those?
Overall, compared to the other action hero movies, it's not even hero movie, but I say like comic book genre material, you know, movies that they've come out with, you know, from based on things from comic books. I think Venom is a good switch up. I like it. It's granted it's not rated G. It shouldn't be for your little 3-year-old girl going in there to watch Venom. It's a movie for adults. A movie for adults who have already grown up watching this kind of stuff anyway, so it's not new to you, huh?
It should have made it rated R.
I thought it was rated R. Shoot.
PG-13. That's why they
there was a lot of
decapitations.
Yeah, there's a lot of killing in that movie, but you got to be also understanding that it's not real. It's all completely fake.
They cut away every time before there was blood or anything.
Right? They would always do that. Like you know what happened, but they didn't really show it.
Oh, another silly thing was, so they showed him like breaking his leg, right? Remember that when Venom regenerates his broken leg?
Yeah.
But then like they would stop entirely, or later on in the scene, right? Like 2 seconds after that scene, he'd like come out of the Venom mode and he'd be like, "Oh, my legs were broken, bro."
Right.
Like it was just silly. Some of the things they said. The writing was weird.
Well, you know they gotta appeal to a broad audience. You know they're not expecting everyone to be so critical.
So no, I agree, but like it had to be. It wasn't very coherent. Like the people who were writing the script of it weren't really thinking like, oh, now he's gonna say, you know, my legs were broken. What happened? You know?
Yeah.
Like the script, even with the homeless lady, like they how do I explain this? They just made it so convoluted and extra steps of I don't know, something like that.
Either way, I think overall it wasn't a bad movie. I mean, it's good to at least see one time. You know, you don't have to see it multiple times to get the experience. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. You know, I thought it was kind of interesting. You know.
Yeah. I liked it because it was Venom. I like the character Venom, and I just, like I said, suspend my disbelief.
Right. I always liked using Venom in like Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on PS2. That's old school right there. That's before they came out with PS3 and 4. Before there was Xbox and...
That's some fighting games, and
that was cutting edge. That was before Halo.
That was, man. Before Halo.
I mean, they got new Marvel vs. Capcom. It's like Marvel vs. Capcom ain't good no more. But I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom no more.
Yeah.
But like it was at its peak. Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2.
That's true.
Yeah, and then 3 came out. It was on top with the graphics, and then the new one is like it's like the same. It's like the same. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but with extra characters.
True. You have any words about the antagonist, the bad guy?
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
The one,
Indian
the Middle Eastern guy. I don't know if he
Yeah.
was Indian or something, but he was like the owner of the corporation
Yeah.
who had the
Like
Venom
an
in the
Elon
first
Musk
place.
type, right?
Yeah, he ended up being the other bad guy, the other Venom. I don't know what his name was. He wasn't Carnage.
Like I said, they
But he
showed
was-
that in the trailer. If you
Yeah.
watched our other
Yeah, they
video,
did, but I don't. What was the other guy's name? Did he ever say his name? Because Venom, and then what's the other guy's name?
Oh, Riot.
Riot?
The symbiote, right? You're talking
Yeah.
about this. Yeah, it's called Riot.
Riot. Riot and Venom. Riot versus Venom.
Huh. So it's interesting. Well, actually, I'm gonna start off at the beginning of the video, and then I'll talk about the end of the video where they show Carnage. The next movie, supposedly for.
Ooh.
Yeah, Carnage is supposed to be the next symbiote. But anyways, at the beginning of the movie, they showed how convoluted it was because, like, the Riot alien got off the ship, right?
Yeah.
Somehow they don't even know. They didn't even explain anything, like how it got off the ship, or
Uh-huh.
it didn't really make sense. It just crash landed and he got out somehow.
Yeah.
But the other symbiotes were still in contact somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe it just broke. But anyways, after all that, he goes through this convoluted way of getting to the Indian guy. Remember, he
Yeah.
eventually gets to.
Yeah,
he
you get
comes
back to him.
But he goes like into this Asian woman, and then into this other.
Goes into the kid.
Yeah, and then
everybody.
goes in- yeah, and then it's just like, come on, man, like.
Maybe at first it
Just
did all
silly.
that just to like kind of explore. Like, hold on, let me see what's going on over here. You know,
Maybe-
went to
maybe
explore a
it
little
did.
bit first, you know, before he get to business, and then found his way back to the Indian dude. You
It
know,
was
and-
freaky. Like
I don't know.
I don't get how he even. Maybe he was just like trying to see who's the most powerful.
Right? Let me
Like-
see if this little girl's powerful. It was like it was
Nobody
like
expect the little girl.
yeah, he was going for people that like you wouldn't expect.
Right, the old Asian lady.
Yep. Yeah. He was going all over the place, going all kinds of different people and everything.
Yeah. So at the end of the movie too, they show Carnage, right? It's,
Yeah.
What is it? Woody Harrelson, I think.
Woody, yeah,
Woody Harrelson.
I think it's it.
I
Woody
think it is.
Harrelson.
Yeah, he was in Zombieland.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
so they put a funny wig on him, man. We all know Woody
Right.
Harrelson's bald, and they put this goofy red wig on him.
Goofy red hair.
Like, come on, man. Like, I just.
We know he
that's
bald. He
silly.
been bald in every
That's
dang
silly.
video. Now he
Yeah.
got all his hair.
Yeah.
Red hair at that.
It was
He ain't
just
never
silly.
had red hair.
But then, you know, the thing I thought about was they have Venom fighting a symbiote in this movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna do the same exact villain for the next movie too. It's another
Mhm.
symbiote that's technically stronger than Venom.
Right?
It's the same. It's almost the same plot. The only difference is this guy's crazy.
Oh my God. He's crazy! You see the way he looked at the camera when at the end of the movie he was looking at it?
Yeah, he did. Give him that look. You did it perfectly.
Did y'all see the way he was looking at it? He gave him that look. They cut to
I'm
him.
getting out. There's gonna be carnage.
Gonna get my freedom. Coming for you. He's coming for him.
It's gonna be some carnage.
It's gonna
He
be
said. He said.
It's gonna be some carnage.
I don't know about that. His eye off sideways.
Right. He wasn't cross-eyed. He wasn't cross-eyed. But he did have a little crazy
It was
stare.
a little extra, but you know.
Dramatic, over the top. Okay, we do that sometimes.
It's normal. Anyways, I think that's it, man. That's my review. I thought it was good, like I said, but
Yeah.
you have to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, it wasn't bad to me either, man. I think it wasn't bad, man.
I really like the idea of Venom. He's a cool character. Like, just grow a weapon.
Right? It like literally comes out the pores just.
It's supposed to be like even he can shoot webs and stuff just like Spider-Man. You know how he's like he even
Right.
did it in the movie where he like creates a shield for himself.
Mhm.
Remember when they were shooting?
Made out of his
Organic
his being,
matter.
his ectoplasmic skin or whatever you want to call it. Biochemical plasmic, superplasmic, ultraplasmic skin that extra expansive.
I don't know about all, it's all the plastic in his.
He's got microplastics in
He got
him.
microplastics.
He's got too many microplastics in him.
That's what happened, man. That's what happened. You get too much of that.
Yeah, but
sea salt.
when I saw, I didn't see him do no web. I saw him like shoot his arm, like he shot his arm way over there.
Right.
to grab
Technically,
something.
it is part of his body coming out, but in the comics, it's more like a web.
Yeah. So I guess for people who never grew up knowing anything about Venom, you probably wouldn't be able to
Don't
pick
know,
it apart.
yeah.
You wouldn't be able to pick it apart. But for people who grown up with it, it's easy to like hey, he ain't supposed to do. Hey,
Whoa, whoa,
that's
whoa,
not
whoa.
how that.
What is
no.
this? What is this?
You're like that. Hey, hold on. Because if you check the chart in 1996, he actually went over to the south, not the west. Yeah, during the sunset. Yeah, the sunset.
West. What?
All right, man.
That was our review, man. I thought it was not a bad movie.
Not a bad movie. I thought it was not bad either.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.